She's not meant to go that way. She knows she's not allowed to go that way. She's waiting for a cat. I think there's a car coming up, so she's going to have to come in. The heating's just come on because I've got the door open. Oh shit. She's still stood there. But she's going to get cold in because I want to sit down. Because I feel so ill. Cleo? Good girl. I'll walk back out in a bit. Yeah. All the girls. Yeah. I'm just trying to unlock it. Cheeky. Got all these, and this is literally my last one. I need to try and leave the house tomorrow, even if it's just to get some of these. Good girl. Why does it look like I've got makeup on? Ignore the cold sore. I'm going to point it out. Definitely going to point it out because you're not going to miss it. But why does it look like I've got, well, you can tell I don't have bloody concealer on. I think it's the lighting that's hitting me. I used to sit here and take, well, when I used to take selfies, which I've not done in about 3 years. When I used to sit here and take selfies, I used to sit here with selfies because the light was so good. Or even at night time, the lighting from the bathroom, if you stood in a certain angle, you got really good pictures. But it does look, doesn't it, like my skin has got makeup on, but look, super close, you can see I've got no makeup on. I did put the smallest amount of mascara on my top lashes, and I did my brows super thin. I didn't do all my brows properly. I need to blow my nose. So basically, I rang the doctors over an hour ago, and I'm still waiting for a call back. I'm not happy with my actual doctor either, because I left her 2 messages. One a verbal message and one a written message asking her to phone me. It's now Tuesday and she still hasn't phoned me. This would be a great time for my phone to ring, mid blowing of the nose. I've not blown my nose in days. Oh, that's that packet done. Just suddenly feels blocked. Having a bit of a drink. So basically, when did I last film? Who knows? I know I've ended up with 2 vlogs for like, what colour are my eyes? Just need to make sure they don't go yellow, but they're actually looking brighter because of that light. I wish they looked that bright really, because they're looking really white. God, what was I saying? Oh yeah, I've ended up with 2 vlogs. Because there's me, there's me thinking, oh, I'm sick of that shadow. There's nothing I can do about it. It just looks like I've got stubble beard. I just thought, oh, I won't have that much footage, but I kept thinking, do you know, when I was just moaning about being sick, I just kept thinking this is going to end up with a lot of footage, maybe like a 2-hour vlog, but I've already edited one. Is it an hour and a half, hour and 20, something like that? And I've got about the same amount of footage in the next one, and I started editing it last night and I got super dizzy and nauseous, like worse than it normally is. Like it keeps getting as bad as it got, but not as often. I was like, oh God, I've got to go lie down, and I got in bed and I felt really crappy for about an hour, fell asleep for an hour, woke up from this really bad nightmare, felt freaked out, made myself stay awake for 2 hours, fell back to sleep, had another nightmare, again, woke up, made myself stay up, and then I got really upset, I got stressed out, I thought I can't live anymore, I don't want to live, I really don't. Right now, if I could just do something and put myself out of my misery, I would do it. I knew yesterday when my doctor ignored me that I was going to have to phone triage today, which I didn't want to do. Hate ringing triage because A, you've got to deal with whichever receptionist is answering the phone, and they're not being very nice at the moment, and they're demanding to know what's wrong, which is actually illegal. If you ring a doctor's, they're allowed to ask what's wrong, and if you decline, they're not meant to ask again. I got demanded this week and last week to tell them what was wrong, otherwise they wouldn't let me go onto the triage list, which is out of order. So I'm going to be putting complaints in. Oh, my arm's killing. I hate that my arm's killing. But yesterday, I didn't sleep very well Sunday going into Monday anyway, and I thought my doctor might phone me. There was this thing at the back of my mind where I kept thinking she's not going to phone me, she's going to ignore me, because every now and then she does that. Every now and then she could be very, very awkward and difficult. And you know me, I always speak highly of her, but every now and then she can be difficult. So I guess she's in a difficult mood at the moment. I know they're busy, but if a patient's asking you to phone them and she's telling you in a letter how severely unwell you are, the fact you read that and totally ignored your patient, I think that's really wrong. Because I literally told her, because I'm quite close, I'm going to put my hand there so you don't have a close-up of my cold sore. But I told her in detail what was wrong with me, and I was like, the doctor ignored me and I'm not happy about it. I don't care if she's not happy that I badmouthed another doctor, because I'm just telling the truth. And I didn't say to her, there's been numerous occasions where he has ignored me, because he has. It's not been the first time that particular doctor's ignored my symptoms and not got me in. The fact that my main illness has flared up and I told him, and the fact he didn't get me in, is actually wrong. Because even my doctor agreed that when that flares up, even if they don't think it's flared up, they're meant to get me in just to check everything's okay with it. Because I said when I went when I saw the consultant last year, I told him they never get me in. Like, they don't always get me in when it flares up, and he's like, well, they're meant to, because of the complications it can cause. And I told her when I saw her next, I was like, he said that you have to get me in every time, and you're not getting me in every time. And she went, I do. No, she doesn't. I was like, no, you don't. There's at least one occasion. And I thought, I better not tell her there's a lot more than one, because she likes an argument and she likes to win the argument. And I thought, I'm not in the mood for one of her arguments. So I was just like, well, you did it at least once. So she just looked at me. She knew I was right. So she was in a bad mood with me. But I'm going to speak the truth. I'm sorry, but I will speak the truth. And I was like, and Dr. Such and Such, the one who ignored my symptoms last week, he never gets me in for it. And she's like, well, we should do, because the other female doctor gets me in. So I mentioned it to him last week. I went, it's flared up. Whatever I've got has flared it up, because they normally accuse that of being the issue. And it hasn't been this time, but it flared up over a week ago and they've still not got me in. He didn't get bloods because I had them before Christmas. Yeah, because it's not like it's the middle of March now and, you know, your bloods don't change, do they? They can change from day to day. That's what annoys me at that surgery. Last time she was looking, she's like, you had them a couple of months ago, you don't need them. Yeah, I'll just die, shall I? Do you know what? I wish I was dead. This is how this is all making me feel, because I've had it for 8 weeks in total, continuous for 5 weeks. I spent the majority of the time in bed on the sofa. I can't get things done. There's stuff piling up. I'm getting stressed out because it's piling up. I'm getting upset. I'm getting frustrated. I'm getting stressed out. There's stuff everywhere. It's like an obstacle course in my house. I'm too weak to move things. I'm too weak to try and tidy things up. I'm not getting any better. In some ways I feel a tiny bit better, but in other ways I feel worse. I was up and down to the toilet 9,000 times last night from about 4:30 onwards, and I'm on medication to stop that, but oh no, it's not stopping it. So I'm not happy. And yesterday, I went to bed Sunday night and I didn't really sleep, and I had my phone on with volume on all night in case I fell asleep and I was asleep and she rung me. I didn't want to miss the call, because you never know, you may never phone back. Oh, look at my eye colour close up. It's not as bright, is it? So I thought, well, I better keep it on. And then I kept getting notifications and it kept waking me up. So I ended up being up all morning. I went to bed about 12 for about 5 hours, but I kept getting woken up by my notifications, because I thought, you know, being a doctor and having a duty of care, she would have phoned me. But I had this feeling in the back of my mind. I thought, she's not going to phone me. She's done this to me before and I've had to chase her up and leave messages for her, and then I've got an angry phone call off her, and I thought, I'm not chasing her up. I'm not having angry phone calls. she's meant to phone me. She's read the letter. She knows how severely unwell I am. So I thought, I'm going to have to ring today. And I dreaded it. And that's probably one of the reasons why I was having bloody nightmares. Because when you ring up, you get shit. And it was Alison. And like I rang up at like 11:15. And she's like, good afternoon. I didn't rectify. She knew it was me straight away. And then asked me my date of birth. Then demanded to know what was wrong with me. And then she's like, the doctor will ring you back soon. And I went, which doctor is it? Oh, all of them are in. It could be any of them. Over an hour later, I'm still waiting. So I've been downstairs and I've managed to take all my medication except for my vitamins. Because I was just like, oh God, I ate about 2/3 of a slice of bread trying to get it, well maybe actually more, there was only the crust left, which the dog had. Because she hounds me until I give her some. So I've still got my vitamin B6, my vitamin B12 and my massive well-woman vitamin to take. But I thought if I get all my painkillers in, all my normal meds, at least they can start to work. I'm ready to go to doctors, except for this will come off. I've got a black vest and I'm putting my cropped hoodie on because I've got my black slim fit jogging bottoms on. I've done everything. I've just not put makeup on because I just don't want to. I knew I had to do a bit of a brow, but I'm missing, like, they're a lot thinner than they wouldn't be normally, and I put a bit of mascara on and that's it. Brushed my hair, tried to straighten the ends, because it dried pretty straight because of how I dried it and I've not had it in a plait, because normally it's in a plait. So all I need to do is I got some trainer socks, but I hate that these even show. They show a little bit. Put my shoes and socks on and swap my top, put my vest on and put my jumper on. But because of what time it is, morning surgery's finished. So if my doctor's finishing at lunchtime, which she sometimes does on a Tuesday, she works really hard. She's really there these days. And I've heard people like getting really angry about it because everyone's finding it difficult to get appointments with her. Like, I was due to see her tomorrow, but I have to wait another week, well, less than a week because she fit me in a bit earlier, to see her because she went on holiday last week, and because she's not in as much as she used to be in, it's harder to get appointments. And I hear people moaning all the time when they're at reception trying to get appointments. They're like, Dr. such and such is never in these days. And the reception staff, oh, she does work somewhere else now as well. Yeah, they seem to get her priority because obviously she's getting paid a lot more. I didn't think that my doctor was consumed by money. These socks always go bloody missing anyway. So it's a good job they're only £2 because I might have worn feet for once because I never wear socks. But eventually your trainers start to stink. So it's one of the reasons I got them. I don't know where my trainers are. Oh, they're here. My trainers need a bloody good clean. They used to be white. See, I hate the fact that you can actually see my sock. And I hate those, do you know those super low ones? Because they always ping off my bloody foot. Which is annoying. I might put a bit of perfume on. Oh, not a strong one. My buddy, I'll be bloody sneezing everywhere. I reckon they're not going to get me in. I don't think it's going to be my doctor that rings me either. I bet she's going to be like, oh, I'm not ringing Melanie today. She'll have me on the phone for an hour. I don't. But I'm not happy. Because it's over an hour. I've just got one of my cheap 30p wet wipes to try and wipe my trainers. I used one of these the other week, you know, to give them a quick wipe. But they need more than a wipe. These are my Air Force ones. I had them for ages, you know, because I got half a size smaller than what I am because I heard they were on the big side. But I think I needed a full size smaller. So, and also I just didn't like the look of them when I got them. But I never sent them back. There's a part of me that likes them now. But I think because I prefer the Adidas Coat Vantage ones in black. I think that's why I was more hesitant when it came to these. But I reckon it won't be my doctor, it'll probably be the male doctor who pisses me off. Or it might be the other female doctor. And she's a bit of hit and miss at times. Sometimes she gets me in, sometimes she doesn't. And you never know, my doctor might have said, oh, I don't want to see Melanie. So I'll be there asking to see her. They'll be trying to book me in with a junior. And that's a flat out no as far as I'm concerned. Last time I was sick, I was like, oh, it's such and such. I'm the doctor, it's definitely not that. And I'm like, it definitely is that. I've had it for 4.5 years or whatever it is. It's definitely that. No, it isn't. You don't have such and such a symptom. Oh, I never get that symptom. Well, you would if you had it. I went, well, no, I've never had that symptom. I said, it's different for every person. And I said, because mine's such a severe case, I get symptoms that you wouldn't normally get. Oh, well, it's not that. It's just the end of a virus. Come back in a week. Don't ring before the week. Yeah, day 6, I got rushed into hospital. And she's fobbed off other people that I know saying it's an end of a virus. Everyone must just have the end of a virus with her. So I don't know how long it's going to be to get my call back. Because I don't particularly want to ring the doctors again and say she's not phoned me. Or he's not phoned me. Or whoever's not phoned me. But I think because it's me, they're making me wait. I'm not being paranoid because she's done this before. She gets herself in these little strange moods and she's off with me. She's probably off with other people as well. It's probably not just me that's getting this treatment from her. So every now and then she can be difficult. And there you go. She won't like it if she found out I said, oh, I'm going to tell her when I see her next. And my next point, but I'm going to go, I've told people that you're difficult. She'll probably hate me. She probably won't be happy. But it's called telling the truth. Anyway, I'm going to stop talking because I'm fed up. I could edit more of my vlog. I did want a video up today, but I know what I want to film, but it's sitting there for 20 odd minutes filming it, then editing it. Like, I'm going to lie back in a minute because I'm getting really dizzy. Hey kitties. Hello. You stretching? Are you stretching? High five, babes. You were snoring, weren't you? You having a little snooze? Yeah. You are. You still got your leg out straight. Put your hands up in the air, wave and run like you just don't. Oh, that's making me dizzy. Oh, you're so gorgeous. Zoom out. Yeah, we don't. Weirdo. Oh, you need a bath. Look at that black belly. That black belly. Yeah. Yeah. Cute. So, oh God, I feel like crap. It took about 3.5, well, not 3.5, but 2.5 hours. Oh, that's broken. 2.5 hours to get some kind of response from the doctor's surgery, and it wasn't from my doctor. I don't know how I'm going to say the next sentence without crying my eyes out, because I've already had a cry about this. So, she's there. She's there. I was going upstairs, but I'm going to give her a TREAT. I had to think about that then. Whatever we go. Oh, there's no bin bag in the bin. I keep going to put something in the bin, and there's no bag in it. Oh, do you know what? That's the cream. It's not exploded, it's the cream. I'm going to wipe it off and put another dose on because I have to go out soon. But I will take the cream off before I go out. It does look like it's something else, but it's not. I've had nothing to eat. I'm going to try and have a slice of toast with some painkillers because I'm probably due them. Well, probably not. So I was getting a bit annoyed about the fact that I'd not had a phone call, and I decided that when it got to 1:30, which would have been 3 hours after I made the call, I was going to go to the doctor's surgery and go in and be like, I rang up 3 hours ago, I've not had a phone. I've not had a call back. What's going on? Can I see my doctor? Good luck with seeing my doctor. Because I got a phone call and it was Danielle. I think we all know what Danielle thinks of me and how she loves to make my life hell. So she was like, my doctor has asked me to phone you, and I'm thinking, oh God, and book you in with, and I was thinking she was going to say with my doctor, Dr. Ruiz. I am going to say her name because I don't like her. This afternoon, I was like, oh, can I not see my doctor? No, doctor isn't here today. And I'm like, well, I got told she was. No, doctor has gone into self-isolation. So I was like, oh, I said, and it totally threw me, and I was like, well, I don't want to see Dr. Ruiz, because last time she ignored all my symptoms, even though I told her exactly what was wrong with me, because I've had it for 4.5 years, and she kept saying it's definitely not that. Then I collapsed, and I ended up in hospital. She went, oh, I didn't know that. She said, I'll have to ring my doctor back, and I'll get back to you soon. So in the meantime, I rang my dad, because he knew that I'd been waiting and he knew I was planning on going. It's past 1:30 now, it's after 2. He knew that I was going to there, and I was like, she's gone into self-isolation. So then I'm asking him loads of questions, and it annoyed him. A, because he doesn't like my doctor and he doesn't agree with me going there. Just trying to find somewhere to put you for a second or two. I've still got this crystal deodorant and I've only used it twice. Didn't use it today, it's been out since the other day. And I was asking him questions that he didn't know the answer to, but I don't think he is bothered that she's not there, because it is common knowledge he doesn't agree that she's my doctor, because he doesn't like some of the changes I've made to my life. Because of her, he doesn't agree. I need to wash my hands before I touch my nose. So I've just rubbed the cream off with some tissue. And because I've just touched the dog and I've been touching other stuff, I need to have clean hands to touch my face, to put on some cream. Then I need to wash them again. So you're going to see some white cream on my nose, because I rub it in and then I put some more on top so there's an extra thick layer. Because basically, I started getting it on Sunday, but I thought, oh, it won't get really big. And then yesterday it was agony, and I didn't get any cream until my dad came home, because I can't leave the house because of how ill I am, but I'm going to have to go to the doctor's. So, need to wash my hands again. See, I've opened my final. Well, I've got a Dettol with E45, which I've had open for nearly probably 9 months, but I don't love it because I don't like how it feels afterwards. Then my normal one finished yesterday. My favourite one is super cheap. It's the Palmolive Milk and Honey, but I had one spare, so I've had to open that. And I do have another one on this sink, which is my expensive one, which is, oh, there's quite a lot in it. I might start using it. It's my Liz Earle one. As you know, Liz Earle isn't cheap. I'll be back in a minute. But as you can see, you are going to see bits of cream. There's a bit there. So I don't want you to think that I've got a spot that's exploded everywhere. I'll be back in a minute. So, it is cream. I just want to put out, it's 100% cream. You can probably see they like the shape of the cold sore. Well, you can and you can't. And that's cream because I do have a cold sore there. And I've touched myself. Do I have a tissue? lighting's great in here. I wish I could take it everywhere with me. I'm so dizzy. I'm going to have a slice of toast and some more painkillers because I'm pretty sure I had them not long after I rang. No, I didn't. I waited quite a bit. But I'm still going to have them so they start working because I've got to leave in about half an hour now. And I have a couple of things I have to do. Oh, yeah, Lena. So basically, Danielle rang me back and she was like, my doctor said that if you don't see this doctor, Dr. Wooers, can't even pronounce it, don't even know how to spell it, you have to ring 111. And I'm thinking, I'm not ringing 111. I was like explaining to Danielle, like, she doesn't listen. I told her exactly what was wrong and she didn't want to know because I didn't have the typical symptoms. And I said, every illness is different and everyone gets different symptoms. You don't always get those symptoms. And I said, I got really, really ill. And I said, but I'll see her as long as she's going to consult with whoever it is. And I got told who it was. And she said, I'll put it on your notes. And I was like, please be careful how you word it. I don't want to annoy her. She said, oh, she won't get annoyed. It won't bother her. But it does. She's a right cocky little know-it-all. And it's not just my opinion. There's other people that I've been to see that have the same opinion. And then I asked her about my doctor. And I was like, is she okay? And she went, well, we don't know anything. We just got told today that she was self-isolating and she's not going to be in. And I was like, oh. And she went, oh, don't worry. She's not isolating herself because she's come in contact with someone. She's just self-isolating. Which totally threw me. I have thought about it since. I'm trying to not film for too long. And she's like, I was like, oh, she's like, oh, have you got an appointment coming up? I went, yeah, next week. She went, well, we don't know if she's coming back or not. And she said, we don't know much. We've just been told she's self-isolating. She's not coming in today, or I think she said this week. And she said, but don't worry, if we find out she's not coming in, we'll let you know. I don't know what good that's going to do for me, because about 4 this morning I had a meltdown thinking, oh God, my appointment's not for another week. How am I going to get to that next week? And now everything, I'm having to lean on something to carry on talking, but everything's up in the air. And I was like, I hope she's okay. And she said, well, we don't know anything, but I'll send her your love. But she doesn't. Danielle was actually nice to me, but she's not typically nice to me, so I don't know if she's had a happy pill today or what's going on. But I got really upset when I got off the phone. I am going to go see the junior doctor, by the way, just because I'm so ill. This can't carry on, but I feel like she's going to ignore all my symptoms, and she's just going to be like, oh, I know what it is. Well, I'd like to think she knows what it is, but I got really upset because I kind of rely on the time that I have with her. She helps me massively. If it weren't for her, 100% I wouldn't be alive, and that's the truth. I'm not exaggerating it. There's been times when I've wanted to kill myself. At the moment, I am struggling with that thought, and I've gone to her and we've had a long conversation, and it's changed things enough for me to not do it. And I could do with one of those conversations. I don't care if I live or die at the moment, to be honest. And the fact that they don't know if she's going to go back again is upsetting. I know that some of the staff there think I go in and I take the piss for an hour because they don't know what's going on in there for an hour, and they shouldn't presume I'm messing around, because my doctor's the type of doctor you can't mess around with. You mess around with her once, you don't get the opportunity to do it again. She doesn't take crap off anyone. So I've come to 2 conclusions about this self-isolation. One, she's either ill herself, which would make sense because she did drop weight. Last year, she went from around a size 8 down to a size 4 to 6. And I don't think it was deliberate, because when you're that small anyway and you drop weight and go down even more, it's really obvious. And I don't think, even though I know she likes being super slim, I don't think she likes being as slim as what she actually is. And I don't think it was deliberate. And she is very tiny. Sometimes I'll see her, but I think, God, you're really tiny. Not in a horrible way, because some people are naturally that small. But it just suddenly dropped off of the weight, and I think because I see her often, that's why I notice. I think if I didn't see her that often, it might have been a bit more of a shock, to be honest, if, like, I don't know, anyway. And she seems to be there less and less, and we all know that she works at a private clinic, and I think all of us presumed she was taking off extra time to work there, but the reality is she might only do the 1 day a week, and she might be taking time off because she's not well. But also, I think, it's a bit obvious that I do go and see my doctor, and I'm there up to an hour. Obviously, I get to know things about her, and I think that's why I can get on with her, because she makes herself human. There's a lot of doctors you go to, and they just seem this unattainable character that you don't get to know, and she's let me into little bits and pieces about her. I know, and not massive amounts, but she always surprises me. She tells me things about her, or lets things on about her, and I'm like, oh my God, because if you met my doctor, you would make presumptions about her. If you didn't know she was a doctor, you would never believe in a million years she was a doctor. She dresses well, like GPs normally dress really dodgy, like they don't have a dress sense. She just looks like she's stepped off a magazine. Like, she's always well put together. She always looks glamorous, like daytime glamour, not all the over the top glamour like why you're wearing that in the daytime, but she always looks well put together. I walk in looking like a potato, and she sat there all glamorous. She always looks amazing even without makeup on. She looks even better with it on, but without makeup on she looks good. And if you met her and didn't know she was a doctor, because she is a bit ditzy at times, you would never say, oh, she's a doctor. She'd probably hate the fact I called her ditzy, but now and then she can be. She's super intelligent, she's easy to get along with, she has a good personality, she has a really good sense of humour. She gets my dry sense of humour when I'm being sarcastic about things. She gets it, because sometimes that line's annoying me. Sometimes when I'm like being a bit sarcastic, people think I'm just being mean, but she actually gets it. And she doesn't take crap off anyone. She really doesn't. She's very knowledgeable. She's always right, which is a little bit annoying. Not like I'm always right attitude, but she's always right about things that she tells me and advises me on. She's always been right. She once told me something, I didn't believe her, and she was so bloody right, and I wish I'd listened to her. But she's made herself really human and approachable, because she does let on little things about herself. I probably know more about her than the staff do. I actually do know things about her, and the stuff that she does for me that I'm not allowed to tell the staff, because if the staff found out she was doing these certain things, there would be a problem. And I've wanted to say on here a few times the things she's done for me, but if anyone ever from that surgery watched this channel and was like, oh, it would get round the surgery really fast. I think, well, my solicitor knows. The police don't know because it's none of their business. But obviously, if I can't say, but certain people would find out if certain things happened to me. But she's just amazing, and I now feel lost because I wanted to see her this week. I wanted to, because I'm ill, I was hoping to see her, and I was hoping to have a quick 2-minute chat and just I'm really struggling, blah, 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 because I know I'm seeing her next week, and next week is a long time because it's 3 weeks, and I was like, oh God, I don't know if I can last 3 weeks, and I really can't last 3 weeks, and now there's this prospect that she might not be coming back at all. And the other thing is, other than thinking she might have an illness, from what I've picked up, I think her dad is sick, and potentially he might live with her, because I get the feeling that because my doctor's Scottish, she's moved down here, and I think he's down here. She's never mentioned her mum, so I think her mum's no longer around. But I've been there at appointments and her phone's rang. She's like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know the volume was on. But I think she does, because I think she has it on, because I believe from what she said to me about who it was and that he wasn't well, I believe her dad's ill. And her dad's probably Her dad's probably younger than my dad, believe it or not. My dad's in his 80s. My dad was quite older when he had me. There's people who have kids in the 70s and 80s. Like, even years ago it happened, and now it's happening more and more. So, in the 60s, 70s, 80s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s. I don't know if anyone's having them in the 90s. I mean, I don't think I want to know. But my daughter isn't old enough to be my mum, unless she was a teenage mother. But her dad is actually younger than my dad, which is freaky, because my daughter's like, oh, I don't know. I'm not going to say my daughter's age, but potentially she's trying to avoid catching it because she might be her dad's carer. He might live with her. She might, if he don't live with her, she might look after him. No one knows any of this, and I know things about her, but obviously I don't know that. But I would presume if he did live with her, she would probably say, oh, I live with my dad too. But I remember when he phoned her and he kept ringing her, and I was like, do you still get told off by your dad? And she looked down, she went, yeah. And I bet he calls her by her real first name as well, because she's known by her middle name. But I reckon when he's telling her off, because she still gets told off at her age, I bet he calls her by her first name as well. So potentially that's why she's self-isolating. But at the end of the day, if she leaves the house, she could get it anywhere. She's not necessarily going to get it from the surgery. And once you've got it, you've got it, you've had it, you're not going to get it again. I don't believe you can get it again. I don't know that much about it because I'm trying to avoid it. I don't know even why I came upstairs. I know I need to come back up to change again. But there's a couple of things I need to do quickly. And then I need to have a slice of toast. And I need to go because I want to be on time for a change. And I think I've only got about 15 minutes left to leave. Got the window open for some fresh air. But I'm just kind of having a bit of a panic now because I'm scared my doctor's just going to completely quit. Which isn't fair on her patients, because I can't be the only person that relies on her like this. Where did I put the lid off that thing? There's got to be other people that rely on her being there. So I don't understand what's going on. I'm surprised I got as much out of Danielle as I did, because Danielle hates me. But she might love the fact that she probably knows I'm probably having a meltdown over it. Everyone knows how much time If my dog wasn't in the way, as always, you're going to have to move your little bum. Come on, Cleo. I don't know where I've put it. I walked off with it and now I can't find it. Good job I have more. But I am surprised, oh God, that Danielle told me as much as she did. Because Danielle definitely hates me. I am very surprised she told me as much as she did. I'm actually surprised I asked her, to be honest, but I'm now thinking, oh my God, where the hell's my doctor? I need her. My doctor is a key part in everything. And she knows that. She knows I'm going to be devastated by this. She knows I'm going to feel lost by the fact that I can't talk to her. I don't know if she knows how much I rely on her, but I do. Well, she knows I rely on her. She's not stupid. She's very intelligent. They don't just let anyone become doctors. I mean, at times you would think so with some of the dodgy doctors about. But my doctor's one of the nicest, caring doctors ever. And if you want to know why I am chatty, it's called Lucozade Original. What time is it? Oh, got longer than I thought. I was panicking then. Yeah, Lucozade Lucozade Original is giving me life. Reality is not my friend. Oh God, how old do I look today? I need a drink. Oh God. Do you know what? Alison definitely gets the award for being the nastiest receptionist on the planet. It used to be Danielle, because Danielle could be evil, but at least she was nice to me on the phone. Alison, oh my God. Did you just see me pour my drink all over me? Oh my God. This is how my day's going. I don't think it could get any worse. I'm trying to not move, but I'm trying to get a pack of tissues, or at least one tissue out of my pocket, because I don't need the pack. Oh God, they went in the shop ages ago. I've not been here that long, maybe 20 minutes. So I got to the doctor's. I forgot I set off later than I wanted, and it was school time traffic. Have I got any drink left from there? I can't see. I won't throw the tissue on the floor until I know. Oh God, I'm such a tramp, aren't I? Throwing the tissue on the floor, put it next to me. I don't know how I managed to pour my drink everywhere. I thought my appointment was at past, and it turned out it was at 20 past, and I found out 25 minutes before, and I was trying to get tons of stuff done. My hair needs a really big cut. God, it's long, it's down here. That's like below my chest. But then again, I'm sat down, it probably won't be this long if I stood up. Or would it? This is my second one of these, but I didn't finish the last one. I just grabbed this on my way out. I didn't have time for my painkillers because I realised what time it was, and I had like 15 minutes to get to the doctor's. I had to get in my car and get off the street, and somehow I got there 6 minutes before. But with it being school kicking out time, I didn't think I'd get there. I'm sure there's someone sat in the car opposite me, and every time I look, it looks like I'm looking at them, and I don't want to keep looking. Might think I'm talking to myself. Anyway, so I got there and I was like, great, I get to have a drink outside. So I had a drink quickly, and when I was driving there, my tyres feel like one of them's completely flat. So when I got out my car, I went round and kicked them all. Well, I didn't kick them, I just pushed them with my foot, and they're all fine. So I don't know why it feels like, unless, I don't know. There is oh, it's not working. Put cones in front of it. The tyres need checking. Oh, God. My hair's just a mess. It's just like, ugh, it's hanging there. I keep trying to see like if there's someone sat in that car, but the window tints are so dark you can't tell. Anyway, I know this isn't a flattering angle. Oh God, there's the police. Don't actually know where they've gone. Probably parked right outside the shop or something. Is that the police? No. They're in like a 4x4, like a BMW X6, X7, X5, one of them type ones. Is there an X7 now? Anyway, what am I saying? Got aircon on. So I walk up to the doctor's, right, and I can't get in. So I'm shaking the door. Well, I didn't continuously shake the door, but I pushed it, couldn't get in, waited a few seconds, and I could see Alison behind the desk. I thought, oh God, Alison's being a bitch again. She's not letting me in. So she's still sat there, she's not looking up at me. She did at first, and then she just didn't look at me, and I'm like, great, don't look at me then. So I'm there thinking, am I going to get in? Should I ring and ask if they're going to let me in? Because I think it was about 2 minutes before my appointment at this point. So I'm just there like, can't get in. And then she released the door and let me in. Are you here for an appointment? Like, really nastily. And I'm like, yeah. She's like, and I was like, I'm here to see. And then she cut me off. She went, right, sit down. Didn't even get to her. So I'm sat there, minding my own business. And she shouts into the back room, which the door's open. Danielle, can you do me another sign for outside saying, if the receptionist is on the phone, please wait patiently. So I thought, great, that's aimed at me. She's literally got the door release button right next to her. She saw me stood there, but oh no, I'm not allowed to try and get in the building. You know, I've got to stand outside cold. So I'm sat there, and then someone else came in. She let them in straight away, no problem. Oh God, I need petrol. And then, is that the trolley guy? Oh God, why can't I think? It's because I'm not eating all day. I didn't get to have the toast with the painkillers because my appointment was 10 minutes earlier than I thought. Anyway, not that I got sore on time. So I'm sat there, and the doctor who I was meant to see, who's using my doctor's office, Dr. Wooers, who's shit. I bet they told her, because I'll tell you what happened, come out. And I thought, oh, it's my turn, because when the other one come in, they went, oh, our appointment's at past, and mine was at 20 past. So she called them, and I'm thinking, well, that's out of order. I bet it's because, I bet Danielle went and told her that I didn't like her. Don't like her. She talks over you, she don't listen. She's crap at her job. She thinks she knows it all. That's a bad attitude, because good doctors listen to you, and she wasn't listening. So, all of a sudden, Alison appeared, and with a little new poster, and she went to the door, and she's holding it up, and she put it up, and she went, oh, Danielle, I don't think patients can see if you're on the phone. Instead of saying, Melanie, I'm sorry for being an absolute bitch to you, because you couldn't see I was on the phone, she just went, oh, I don't think they could see me on the phone. And she's basically put a sign up saying that if the receptionist's on the phone, please wait to be let in. So as I'm sat there, this little old lady appears. She's trying to get in. Oh God, there's this woman. I'm sure I've seen her before. Alison rushes to the window. Doesn't open the window, just shouts, what do you want? Are you here for an appointment? And little old lady obviously can't hear her. She's like, do you want a prescription? She's shaking her head. So Alison let her in. So she comes in and she's like, oh, I need a prescription, which made me laugh. Didn't laugh out loud, but I did laugh. God, my hair definitely needs a cut. It's like, and it's just hanging there. It's really lank. I need to keep an eye on where that police car's gone. They don't like me. Probably don't like the fact that I've got footage of them doing insane things they shouldn't be saying and doing. As if I'd ever show that footage. I don't know where they've gone. Probably going to get caught doing something I shouldn't be doing. She's full on staring me out, so I'm going to show her when she gets in her car. I don't know if you saw or not. She's full on staring at me. Anyway, so she said to the old woman, "How old are you?" Nosy bitch. She went, "I'm 70, I think she was 76 or something." And then Alison told her off for leaving the house because she's over 70. She went, "Oh, if you're over 70, you're not allowed to come in here." Should be if you're a nasty bitch, you shouldn't be allowed to work on reception. So I'm sat there, and I'm sat there, and I'm sat there, I'm like, oh my God. And then, all of a sudden, the other female doctor came out for me. And I'm thinking, what's going on here? Apparently my doctor, who I totally love, I'd asked her if she would see me so I didn't have to see her. So, thank you to my amazing doctor. I got to see the senior doctor, who has actually now got the exact same car as my doctor. Because my dad kept saying to me, I thought Dr. Such and Such weren't in today. And I'm like, she's not. She's like, well, there's another Porsche outside. I was like, oh. And he went, but then again, it's got a different roof colour, because she's got like this burgundy brown colour one. And it's got a black roof, because I would have a black roof, not the burgundy brown colour. And he was like, is it the junior doctors? I'm like, do you think a junior doctor can afford an 80 grand car? Because I don't. If they do, I'm going to become a doctor. A junior doctor, not even a full-blown doctor. And she's sat in a car literally watching me film myself. She just sat there for ages, and then she just moved there. Maybe she had enough of watching me. I haven't even seen the police leave, and they've been here at least 10 minutes, maybe 15. And because I've been like looking at my phone, they could have left and might not have noticed. Anyway, so I got to see I was talking about a car. It's going to be like matching car club. Like, isn't the male doctor going to get one as well? Would they like to buy me one? I'd love them if they did. I'd be like the happiest I'd live in it. So yeah, I got to see the senior doctor, and I had to put up with the horrible, horrible junior. I bet you she found out what I'd said, and I bet she went to her as well and said, no, he doesn't like me. Well, why don't you just become an actual good doctor and actually listen to your patient instead of being a bitch and thinking you know it all? See, I'm not putting up with people's shit at the moment because I feel so ill. I'm not putting up with it. So, and I actually said this a few weeks ago, I feel I've had glandular fever. I've never had it before. And she's like, oh, Melanie, that's her actual accent. I think you may have glandular fever. And I just sat there thinking, I thought that about 3 weeks ago. She's like, great. And she's like, oh, all symptoms point to glandular fever. You've had this for a long time. But I thought glandular fever was what you got in your teenage years. I don't know. Like, I thought teenage to like 23, 24. What do I know? Because I'm sadly not 24. I might be 25. Actually, most people think I'm about 23. I mean, not today with my puffy eyes and no makeup and my crappy brows. But anyway, oh God, I look like a tramp because my hair's just hanging there. She made me go to the toilet and do a wee sample. I nearly dropped it down the toilet. Then I couldn't find the lid because there's this thing in there, and I put it on it and I couldn't find it. Then the toilet won't flush, and I'm trying to desperately flush the toilet, and then I nearly dropped the wee on the floor without the lid on before I found the lid. I bet she wondered what the hell I was doing in there, because honestly I must have been gone a good 5 minutes because I didn't even really need a wee, and then I overfilled it. I'm always worried that I'm not going to get any in it, but my wee's so concentrated it wouldn't pick anything up. Concentrated is when you've had a big drink or whatever. It's better first thing in the morning, and I wish they told me because I actually did one this morning because I've got loads of those. Someone's just parked next to me. I've got loads of those vial things, bottles, pee bottles. Who's doing my head in? She did my blood pressure, did my temperature, she did my blood pressure standing up because I'm very nauseous and dizzy. Then she went, how long have you been dizzy and nauseous for? 3.5 weeks. On Melanie, that's not longer. You can have it for 3 months sometime. I'm like, don't tell me that, because I've had enough. I can't do anything. I stand up for 2 minutes. I need to either lie down or sit down. Oh, you know, Melanie, it goes on for a long time sometimes. So I was like, is there anything you can give me for it? She's like, oh, you not have anything so far? I was like, well, I got given something for a week and it didn't work. Or we try something else. You might have labyrinthitis. I know I've just pronounced it wrong because I'm trying to do the accent, but I've had that before, and when I got given that medication before, it helped. She's like, oh, we try this med will give you 9 days because you're in next week to see doctor. I was like, oh, I've seen doctors. So she's, oh, Melanie, she might not be in. So then, also I got a blood form because I'm being tested for glandular fever, and I'm also being tested for my normal illness because I said for the last week and a half I've been in agony with that. So that's getting tested. I'm having a full blood count. I'm having my renal profile done, my AKI score, my CRP, glandular fever test, liver, EGFR. So I could have gone and done that straight away, but I thought, no, I'm not. See, I don't even want to be in this, like in a health centre full of sick people, because what if one of them's got coronavirus? I don't bloody want it. I'm so ill at the moment, it'll probably kill me. Might be a good thing. I don't want to give it to my dad. My dad's 81. I don't want to make my dad ill. So I'm going to have to go to a bloody health centre tomorrow to get bloods done. I need to find out if they're open, like if it's normal opening times or what. Just realised that they've left the daughter in the car next to me and she's watching me chat to myself. My hair really needs chopping. Yeah, that's that at the moment. That's like, and then she was like, oh, like you've got an appointment next week. I went, oh, it's with Dr. Such. So, oh, I went, is she going to be back? Because they told me that she's not even been near anyone who's had it. And she's like, oh, they should not tell you that, Melanie. Is my accent still the same one, or have I done something different? I was like, oh, well, they said that she's not been near anyone, but she's just decided to self-isolate herself. And she's like, and because she's very professional, she wouldn't tell me. She was just like that they didn't know, and they didn't know how long she was going to self-isolate for, or what the rule was, or what she was going to do. But she basically didn't let on that she's done it off her own bat, basically. But I don't think she was happy. But when I was there, I heard Danielle telling other people on the phone that the doctor has decided to self-isolate herself even though she's not come in contact with anyone. So I don't think she should be. And then when I was like waiting as well, Alison said to Danielle that the doctor, my doctor, had messaged her and said that she can work remotely. So the doctor that I was seeing was like, Melanie, she's probably going to do phone consultations next week. And I'm thinking, well, that's no good, because what as if you're ill, how's she meant to examine you? Tell you to examine yourself while she's on the phone? But I'm hoping I get my hour-long chat. But I just don't know if I'm going to be able to do it, because it's going to... Oh, actually, to be honest, I once revealed something on the phone to her and it was far easier. So I'm hoping I get to have what I normally have. I don't know if she will or if she won't let me do that. But she must know that I'm probably missing her chats. But yeah, the doctor first asked me, like, have I been near anyone? I'm like, I don't even bloody leave the house. I said, I've mainly only been to the doctors. I said, I've been in all week. Well, it's only Tuesday. All weekend. Yeah, I'm at the shop. It's now 5 o'clock. I'm going to have a little bit of Lucozade. I think I've got a sweet in my pocket. I'm going to shove it in my mouth, fold my bags up, and go in the shop. In fact, I can do my bags whilst I chat to you. I grabbed a run. sure what I'm going to be able to get. I just know this shop is going to get a lot busier. And I know I'm dying for some medication because I'm super overdue. I also have to actually go to another shop to pick up my meds. And my doctor needs a better printer because this is printed perfectly. But hers is always dodgy. But like I said, like she's going to find out and realise that these phone consultations aren't really going to work, because how's she going to examine a patient? Like, what as if I needed examining? What's she going to bloody do? But hopefully my appointment won't get cancelled, but hopefully I'll get informed, like, to tell me what's happening. But I'm hoping she actually just goes back in. But then again, I've got to face bloody Alison if she goes back in. And bloody, no one's bloody brave enough for that. I wonder if she's married. Poor husband has to put up with that moody bitch. She was taking personal calls whilst I was there as well, on a mobile. I should actually tell her, shouldn't I? Because she's so mean to me. I might go and start telling on them. Give her a real reason to hate me. You don't hide you. Oh, I wrote myself a letter. No. I was really excited about it. I wrote myself a letter. If I don't go in, it's just going to get rammed full. And it's not too bad at the moment. Joe, did I tell you that it felt like I had a flat tyre? I think I did. I don't normally walk this far over. So I went in the shop. I had to have one as soon as I got home. My dad's going to have the other. Because I've got a headache and I've got a hunger headache and I'm lightheaded. And I feel like I might have to have something else before I go back out. Because I have to go back out. Because the person that I live with won't go and cook or shivering. Right. So I'm going to do the frozen things first because I want to get them in the freezer. I used to get these all the time till a couple of years ago. And it was because vegetables tend to get wasted in this house. I don't buy as many. So in the freezer we've got some chips that he asked for that he's never had. I've got some fake burgers. So I am trying to stock up, so if we both get quarantined, because obviously if I get quarantined, he'll get quarantined, and if he gets quarantined, I'll get quarantined, and I won't be happy. He keeps saying he's not going to catch it, but he's the one who's going out all over the place, so I think if anyone's going to get it, it's going to be him, and he's going to give it to me, which I'm really unhappy about. He's refused to go into isolation, and I've asked him, and he's told me no. So I do have 2 burgers, so that's 2 meals for me. So I did get the sunshine milk, which is 4 packets, with some McCain flavoured. I have one of these left, and we've got the Aldi version, which I don't know if I like or not, but we've got it, and there's 4 packs in there. There's one of them left, but I didn't like it, so I'm taking it. Are they halloumi burgers? I think I've got some halloumi. I've got some kind of burger, but I think it's halloumi. And this is a favourite of mine. I used to get it all the time. Well, I used to wait till it was on offer for £1 and get about 5 packets. And it's what I used to have with my meals most days. If you watched my vlogs back then, I would have been showing these 3 years ago. They were £1.50, but I've got 2 packets of them in. This is my dad's, well, it's got my ice there. There's I might do that later on. There's cauliflower cheese that he's not eating. There's some chips that he's got up there. What else is in here? I've got this curry, I've got 2 William McCartney sausages. There is some things in here that actually do need throwing out. These need throwing out because I don't like them. I've got some corn something. And I've got some peas. So I need to get more stuff. Oh, I'm sure something else is going in the freezer. I might as well do this bit next. So these are at the fresh section. And the reason I got them is because they were like £1.40 for 2. So my dad, if you're ever getting fish cakes, instead of like thinking there's 2 meals there, I'll have it with like maybe some rice and maybe some potatoes, or maybe potatoes and some other vegetables, or maybe some potatoes and some salad, or maybe some potatoes and some couscous. No, he will have 2 of them, which sometimes when I'm getting the ones that are £4 for 2, I think that's really greedy. But we might end up in a situation where we're both in isolation. He'll just have to have one. I'm not cooking for him, by the way. He's going to have to cook his own meal. I'm not doing it. I am not his slave. I am sick to death of him treating me like a slave. Anyway, I got that because there was no mild curry sauces for me. My dad's got 1 or 2 curry sauces. So I'm going to try and get some chicken. I got stir fry. I got some egg noodles, which I'm going to have tonight, even though I had chicken chow mein last night. I spotted these Lloyd Grossman ones. They were £1.20 and that was £50. It's the same thing really. But I liked the sound of creamy chicken pesto. Probably won't like it knowing me. And tomato and basil. So things like this are being saved because at the end of the day, we may never get it. But the way my dad's going, I won't be surprised because he's the one who passes everything on to me, because that's how lovely my dad is. He will catch something and he won't try and get rid of it, and he'll have it weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks. I'll get it and I'll be severely unwell because I seem to get it a lot worse than him for some reason. Then I've even ended up in hospital because he's given me something. It's inflamed my main illness, and I've ended up in hospital. And he doesn't care. He's still ill from the first week of January when he won't go to the doctors, and he's avoiding mine. Well, he won't be able to see her anyway, so good luck with that one. So that one's from my dad. These 2 are for me. It'll either be lunch or part of a meal. Years ago, I used to eat the chicken and mushroom of that, version of that, with either a baked potato or a chicken breast and a baked potato, or just a chicken breast. And that's what I would have. I hadn't had it for years, but I've got these probably for lunches because there was no bags of pasta. I got a cucumber just to snack on because it's healthy. Schmackles, she's had one. Bag of carrots because there was no other bloody vegetable. If I do get hold of chicken, I've got this. And you don't have to use the whole packet at once because I'll be just doing 1 chicken breast at a time. You just fold the packet over. Simple. 2 packs of these, but I tend to go through 2 packs a week anyway. And I need to put some away and don't eat them, basically. I've got one of these. This is like my 3rd one today. Actually, I'm going to put it in the freezer. So when I go out, I can take it with me. I am very weak though. So I feel, oh, I just nearly knocked myself out with the bloody door. I opened the wrong door. And it just about touched my nose, but quite forcefully. And if I would have pushed it as hard as I normally do, I probably would have just either broke my nose or knocked myself out. I'm having a really bad day today, and I actually want to cry. Really, really bad day. Literally struggling not to cry. So I got a little bit of water because I like to get one and then keep refilling it for a couple of days. I don't do it for any longer because it actually does start to go off. I do have glitter everywhere. I got 2 of these. These are going away because if he ends up in isolation and he doesn't have any snacks, he's going to be an absolute bastard with me. So I'm going to hide them. I'm going to get a couple more packs for now, but I'm going to put some away. I've got him this. He won't be grateful. He never thinks of me when he goes to the shop. So I'm due to change my slippers, and I've making myself last till the 1st of April, and that was a rule I made like in January. Because I want them to last at least 3 months before I change them over. But because it's what I wear all the time, they get worn out pretty quickly. But I've got them in advance. I'm going to struggle not to really use them, to be honest. But they are so soft. £7. I got some Oxo stock pots. I normally get the Knorr ones. And I think I've got a couple in the cupboard. But I got 8 of them. Because I'm going to end up making bloody pasta sauces and stuff if we end up in quarantine. I know it's going to happen because I know what he's going to do. I've got 24 beef oxos. I got a mushroom stir fry, which I'm going to have tonight. So this has got over like a month's date away. So this is going to be my fresh item, because I'm obviously not going to be able to keep everything fresh, because if you get quarantined, you're instantly quarantined. So I've got the mozzarella and roasted cherry tomato and basil ravioli, and the pasta sauce has got a really long date on as well, a month away. So they're my probably only fresh items I'll end up having if I get quarantined anytime soon. Obviously, if we get near that date, I will have it and replace it, but I'll replace it before I have it, just in case. I am going to stockpile some of these, just in case we don't have enough dry food. I need to make sure I've got enough of these in. And she'd be on 2 to 3 of these a day because of her size. Oh God, it's going to cost a fortune. 4 of these, but I only put 1 up here. I'm going to put some away out of his view, because he'll drink them and he'll be like, oh, I won't mind drinking water. Yeah, you drink water for 2 to 3 weeks and see if you don't treat me like crap, because you won't be happy about it. I did get these to have now, but in hindsight, I'm going to put these away to one side, because that's like a week's worth of cereal. I know it says 16 servings, but get real. And a mash. And that is everything that I got. But I am going to go to Tesco. I'm going to put all this away first. And I'm going to sit down for a little bit. Then, yeah, whatever. I've been sat in my car for an hour. It hurts to hold my phone, you know. It really hurts. Stretching my fingers, aren't I? Because it's a big phone. And I'm in a lot of pain. I'm not well. I've got a bit of a migraine. Did I tell you I've been sat here an hour? I've got my charger plugged in, so I hope it doesn't stop me from recording sound. I've just filmed loads of Insta stories about my day, and I've not got very far into it, because you can only do 4 at a time, and then you've got to stop, and then you've got to hashtag it all and put it all up, and it's taking it longer than it does to do 10 at a time, and I'm getting bored with it, but I'm not even halfway through the bloody story. So I don't know if I should just do an Instagram live, but then people come on. I wish you could do it in private and then put it up so then people can watch it. And I don't think you can do that, because it would make my life easier. Oh God, the police again. So it's 10 o'clock at night and I've not eaten all day. I sat in my car outside Tesco for an hour, didn't really do much. Sat there, and then all of a sudden, do you know those police vans, do you know the riot ones? Came on the car park bit I'm on, did a loop and parked next to me, so that made me get out my car. Then I went in the shop and 90% of the shelves were bare and I hated it. My head was pounding, I couldn't concentrate because I've not eaten all day. Spent £20 and got next to nothing. 3 yogurts, because I can't get yogurts anywhere. My dad's on the move about. He's probably been snoring, because he came home drunk and he said he'd not been drinking, but it was obviously he was been drinking, because he kept knocking things over and he kept like misunderstanding what I was saying, which only happens when he's had a drink, and he's been snoring for the last 2.5 hours. So anyway, I wanted to get the Faya Total 0% with honey. They didn't have any, and I was really disappointed, because I've not had any for 8 weeks, because they're eggplant based for 8 weeks, and they didn't have any yogurts that I wanted, so I managed to get them, and they'll roll to them. I wish I'd got more actually, because I've got quite a good date on. I wanted something sweet, and because my head was pounding and I couldn't concentrate and I'm stressed out and I'm upset and I don't feel well, I just got them. But on hindsight, I probably wouldn't have got them, but I've not even eaten. I'm going to try and eat, but watch me not be able to eat. I got some healthy strawberries though, and I know my cooker's a mess, but to be honest, I don't care. I'm really, really down. I'm going to struggle to get through the week without not actually taking my own life, and that's the reality. That is the honest reality. I've just been sat crying for the last 20 minutes, maybe longer, because I can't see any way out of the way I feel. That's just how I'm feeling. And I tried to tell the doctor today, and I might as well not have bothered. I actually need to speak to my doctor, but my doctor, I don't know what's going on. Anyway, and there's lots of stuff I actually need to get, like essential items, and I can't get them. Just tried to go get some on Boots. Nope, can't get anything. Brilliantness, people are buying way too much. Instead of just buying enough to last them a couple of weeks, them and the family, no, they're just making it worse. They're getting so much stuff that they don't actually need it, and it's just wrong. So I got 2 packs of wipes, and I would normally do this. This isn't extra. I wanted to try the simple biodegradable ones. They were not for £1.50. It was the last packet, and I accidentally got the micellar ones when I meant to get the water boost ones, because the water boost ones are absolutely gorgeous. And I got micellar ones, which I don't think I've tried, but I don't think they're going to be as good. Got them for my dad because I know he likes Percy. I think about him when I go to the shop. He goes to the shop, gets me nothing. They didn't have any big bottles in Asda. They didn't have any big bottles in Tesco. I don't know what I'm going to do. Well, they had orange and other flavours, but I want original. 2 of them. So I can have cereal and one of them. There's like £19 worth of stuff. I'm going to have to put it away because I need to eat. I really, really need to eat. I'm not happy that I can't get any pasta. I want chopped tomatoes. I can't get any baked beans. I can't get anything. It's really getting to me. I'm down as it is. I just hate life. Couldn't get any chicken. I was meant to have chicken stir fry. I can't have bloody chicken. No. Why would I be allowed chicken? Not in a happy place. I don't know where I'm going to put my bloody, whatever the hell it's called, milk. I don't know where I'm going to put my strawberries. Up my arse, maybe. I'm really stressed out. That's going in because I'm sick of that being in there. It's raining. She's just stood there. Because I wouldn't stand there. I don't know what time it is. 12:30 in the morning. I need to go to bed because I'm super dizzy. No, you're not following my car. I bet she'd be a crazy driver. I'm coming through. She's coming through anyway. When she's coming running at you, you've got to move out of her way. She's like, is there no cats? I want to chase a cat. God, you won't catch me stood outside in the rain. Pity it doesn't wash her. Put some bloody dog shampoo on her. She desperately needs a bath. And I'm too ill. And I want to bath her so badly because she's filthy. And she stinks. She literally needs a bath and then a bath again, like in a week's time, because she's that dirty. Good job I've got a temperature and I'm not feeling the cold. Look at cute tail. Oh, I love her to bits. Don't know what she's doing though. She can't see anything. Got a pink sparkly collar. She only went outside about 5 seconds before I started filming. She just stood there, like who stands in the rain? The only thing is, she won't even be that wet. Whereas if I stood out there for 2 minutes, I'd be pissed with her. Good girl. And I've got my new slippers on. It's because I didn't want to walk upstairs. Hi. Hello. You're not having anything? You've got food, you've got drink. Water. Yeah, I've got water. I've not had water in ages, have I?